Here with Miami coach Anthony Noreen ahead of this weekend series against number 19 Colorado College. We'll take some questions.
Coach, it's been a lot of travel. It's been a sort of a tough road so far, or at least lately, and performed admirably out in Denver, but didn't get the results that you were looking for. Just want to get your overall opinion on how the weekend went.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, for you, first thing you do is you credit them. They're a good team. There's a reason they're at where they are. There's a reason they've, probably been the most consistent team in college hockey year in and year out, and they do a great job. They've got high-end players, but they got a really good culture. They're well coached. They're organized, and they got a good thing going there. So, I think every time you put yourself in one of those situations, there's something you could learn. You find out a lot of areas that you need to tighten up, get better at, address. And the way we look at it is if we do those things and we take it and we apply it, we have a chance to grow and get better from it. And we'd be saying the same thing if we went in there and won those games. And again, it's an opportunity for us to really take some steps. We're coming back home. We've got CC. You got a little break after that. These are obviously huge games. They're all huge games. But I think there's a lot to be learned from that weekend.
Kind of a roller coaster. You've got the high in Northern Ireland. You got the tough results last weekend. What do you do to take the positives forward from there and really focus your attention on a tough team in Colorado College this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've always just really emphasized what our reaction is to things, whether they're good or bad. Both are going to happen over the course of a season. Both are going to happen individually and as a team. How do you react to it? How do you respond? I mean, that's the only thing that really matters. So obviously, you go to Ireland and like you said, you get a high, but it was like, okay, how do we respond? Now you get a chance to go to Denver and, you lost a couple games. Saturday night, one in which you felt like, hey, maybe if you cleaned a couple things up, you could have found a way to get a better result in it. What's our response going to be? Hopefully the response is let's be really attentive to our meetings. Let's take care of our off the ice. It's finals week. Let's take care of that. Let's be really good in practice. Let's make sure our habits and details and who we are is at the forefront. And let's be ready for Friday night. I think thus far this week, I think our guys have done a good job of it. I think they've done a good job of turning the page, but also wanting to learn and wanting to grow and wanting to be better the next time we're in one of those situations.
Friday, shots advantage for Denver. Last Friday, they outshot you. Not sure how you chanced it when you went back and charted it, but it seemed like generated some more chances on Saturday night. You face another really tough goaltender this weekend at Colorado College in Barrico. What do you do to generate some more scoring chances this weekend?
Yeah, and scoring chances were about 2-1 on Friday night, and that's what we're always going to look at. Shots is just, to us, that's just a number. It doesn't really matter. It's what kind of quality scoring chances are you generating, and they definitely outgenerated us on Friday. Saturday night it was much closer. They still had the advantage, and that's something that they were above the threshold that we feel we need to keep teams to have a chance night in and night out. So again, that's an area that we really need to shore up and need to be better, is limiting scoring chances, especially against teams as high end as Denver and a team like Colorado College. And again, we saw a really good goaltender last weekend. We got another really good veteran goaltender coming in here this weekend. There's no magic formula. You've got to get bodies around the net. You got to get bodies to the net. It's not going to be easy. They do a really good job defending. They do a really good job protecting him. And he when they do need a save, he's the guy that bails them out. So again, we just need to be really good at what we do. We need to be the best version of ourselves. We need to get our jump, our confidence, our swagger back going. Especially on home ice. It's been a while. It feels like forever since we've played here, and obviously a lot of travel in between. And again, I think anytime, especially when you're going into a holiday break, you want to go into that with a feeling like you played the right way and like you left it out on the ice, and you did everything possible to put yourself in a position to get the result that you want. And that'll be a good feeling if we do that ending the weekend.
You've got you've put Owen Lalonde into the lineup, and he seemed to have responded really well to being in there. You've put a lot of trust in him, putting him in some high-pressure situations. What has he shown once he's been able to show his ability out there on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's a guy that there was never a lack of confidence in us, in him. Sometimes just the way things go. Listen, I've said this before. As a coach, you make decisions based on the information you have. You're not always right. right? And it's sometimes it's close. It's never, it's never binary. It's never like 100 or 0 or 1 or not. It's usually a 60-40, 55-45. And, just what we've loved about Lons is, he was out, but he kept showing up. He kept being a good teammate. Obviously, he was battling to get in. But he handled it the right way. He handled it about as well as any guy could, especially a guy with only 1 year of eligibility that is trying to prove himself at this level in this league so that he can get an opportunity to play after this somewhere important. So I think when he did get inserted, like that's not easy to get inserted. Your game speed, game shape, whatever you want to call it, gets thrown in the Saturday night against St. Cloud, and I think he's been excellent for us since. Obviously, he's created some offense. We think he's been a real steadying kind of force for us back there, both defensively and especially just with the puck, his poise and what he does. And again, it's been good to see him get rewarded for the way that he just kept approaching his day-to-day and not getting beaten down, not complaining, supporting his teammates, but also fighting to get himself in the lineup.
Getting scoring from a lot of different areas, but we've talked about him before. But Mateo Giampa, how big of a benefit is it to you to have a finisher like Giampa out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we've said from the beginning, Mateo is a guy who, before coming here, you watch him on video, you're excited about what he could be, and then when you get him here, you see him here firsthand every day, the size, the strength, the ability, the skill, the speed, the power. Like, we felt from the beginning that he was a guy that could be impactful at this level and could be impactful in this league. And I think he's done a really good job. What's exciting is we still, and he does too, we feel like there's still room to grow and get better and keep refining his game. And again, he's just kind of got that knack for scoring, and it's a good habit to have. And he's also scored some really timely goals. Even the goal against Denver, though, and obviously they score early. They're pushing a bit, and you make it 1-1, and now you're right back in the game. And the goals in Ireland and goals he's had, like the game winner against St. Cloud, like he's found a knack to just obviously score, but do it at important times for us too.
Special teams, always a big key to any game. And last weekend, it showed that they were able to take advantage of some special teams opportunities. You were doing a good job of staying out of the penalty box, but maybe went in a few more times than you wanted to last weekend. What do you do to move forward this weekend to improve there?
Yeah, I think learn from it for sure. We definitely feel like there was a couple unforced penalties, like ones that we could have avoided, that we just need to be better in those situations. It's something I need to emphasize more, hold guys accountable to more. But, again, these good teams and in our league, like the margin for error is so small, and a lot of times it is. You look at the scoreboards at the end of the night in our league, very often it's maybe a power play goal here or there that winds up being the difference in the game. So number one, you got to limit the opportunities, and number two, whether it's kill or power play, you've got to get the momentum on your bench after it. Sometimes when you get a kill or a couple kills, you really kind of take the life out of the other team, and then you kind of start going from there. And on the flip side is a power play. You want to make sure you're not going to score every one. If you score 1 out of every 5, it's still pretty good power play. You want to make sure you're generating momentum for your team, so it's something we could build on when that power play ends, whether it's in a goal or not. We feel like, again, we believe in those groups. There's no doubt. I mean, I think it starts with the two guys running them. I think do a great job in Leo and Troy. I think they're extremely detailed. I know how much time and effort and work they put into it. I think they're still building continuity and structure and all those things with the guys. But it's a massive area, and it's an area we know that we need to be really good in, especially in conference play here.
I know you're looking just ahead at really focusing on Friday night's game, but this is kind of a weird stretch of the season where you've got guys go home for a little while, and then you've got the GLI, and then a little bit of off time before you start back up in 2026, which feels weird to say, but kind of how do you navigate that schedule, sort of the traveling, the holidays, with being able to see families and all of that? How do you navigate that as a coach?
Yeah, I mean, I think this season is way more manageable than last year, where we went 5 weeks without playing a game. That was odd. Like I don't know if there was any right way to necessarily handle that. I think that was where we were excited. Obviously, you get this weekend, and then it's not that long of a layoff before the GLI. You're playing some really meaningful games. Then you get a little bit of time, and then you're going out to ASU. So it seems like it's a little bit more business as usual. The guys will play Saturday night against CC, they're going to get some time to get home with their family for about a week, and then we're back here and we're going to have a normal week of practice leading into the GLI, which we think we need to give our guys going into some really important games. We think that's important, and then after that, again, it'll be back just to a normal practice schedule before we head to ASU, and then it's kind of normal the rest of the season. So I don't really think there's any big change other than most of these guys probably haven't been home since July or early August. So that'll be the only change. I always think when you get those opportunities, sometimes you worry, okay, are they going to get detrained, time off the ice? I usually feel as long as it's not too long, you benefit greatly from those things. I think number one, obviously everyone loves to see family and people who care about them and stuff like that. But I also think specifically for young guys, a lot of times I've always felt like they're so excited to get home and feel like they're missing something and their friends. And usually they go home in like a day or two. They're like, I miss the guys. I miss hockey. I miss being around the boys. And, I've always felt like they're really excited when they come back. So I think it'll be a healthy thing for us. Obviously, the CC games are huge and great to be back on home ice, and the GLI, is something that's a really special opportunity for us as well.
Here with Owen Lalonde ahead of this weekend series against number 19 Colorado College, and we'll take some questions.
Owen, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, and sort of this end of the first half of the season can be that way. You go out to Northern Ireland, and then all the way out west to Denver. What have you been doing, and what has the team been doing to kind of acclimate to the various different climates, height and all that?
Yeah, it's been challenging, but I think the guys have handled it well. Obviously, the schedule hasn't been easy, and we've played some tough opponents recently. But I think finishing off strong is very important for us this half. So everyone stayed focused and dialed into this weekend. And those past 2 weekends are kind of past us now. They were fun. Denver wasn't as fun, but it was good to get to spend some time with the guys on the road and whatnot. But we have 2 important games this weekend, so everyone's focused on that, and then we'll get a little bit of a break.
Coming off the high in Northern Ireland with the big wins there, to facing a tough opponent like Denver, what were they able to do to get those couple of wins last weekend that maybe was a little tough for you guys out there in Denver?
Yeah, it's no secret that they're a good team. They played us tough. I thought we played well. I think it was more kind of our own mistakes that kind of hurt us in the end. But obviously they're a good team and they're playing at their home rink, and we had lots of travel. But I think that we just have to kind of look forward at this point. 2 tough games and not really the outcomes we wanted past weekend, but I think we got a good opportunity here against Colorado College.
Looking back at last Friday, first period really tight, really close. Second period kind of got away a little bit. What were they able to do in that second period?
They're pretty relentless. Like, their forecheck was hard. As a D, it kind of felt like there wasn't much time out there. But I thought we fought hard, honestly, and gave them a good couple games. They didn't go our way, but I didn't think it was really anything crazy that they were doing. We kind of, like I said, they're kind of the mistakes that we made that kind of gave them opportunities to score. But we watched some video today and had a good practice and learned from it. So hopefully we take that into this weekend.
Looking ahead, kind of trying to get back into a rhythm and looking ahead to this weekend against Colorado College, another tough opponent. You could say that every week in the NCHC, but yeah. What are you doing to put last weekend behind you and to move forward to this weekend? Yeah,
like you said, there's really no off nights in the NCHC, and I'm learning that for the first time this year. But there's a ton of good teams to play against, and you're really not getting any night off in terms of playing any weaker opponents. So, we know we're a good team, and I think that we obviously showed that in Belfast, and then I thought we showed that at times in Denver too, but got a little bit unlucky with some bounces and whatnot. But I think if we, focus and play our game, I think we'll be just fine this weekend.
Another tough goaltender again, could say that every week in the NCHC, but facing Caden and Barrico, what's going to take to generate some more scoring chances, some more scoring in this series this weekend?
I mean, I think that at this level, like every goal is good, and I think the big thing is to get traffic in front. I mean, any goalie can save a puck that they see, right? So I think the one thing we were focusing on this week was kind of getting a little bit more traffic and battling in front of the net. So and then that's on us D too to get the puck through and let the forwards battle down low. So. I mean, it's a team effort, obviously, but yeah, like causing some traffic and causing some commotion in front of the net will be important.
And you're not afraid as a D-man to get involved up there. Have gotten some assists and able to work your way into sort of the offense as part of your role. Since you've gotten in there, what have you been able to do to kind of help from the blue line to help generate some more scoring opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, it's credit to the coaching staff and to Leo, the D coach, to be getting me in there and having confidence in me to play and make plays. And I mean, the forwards are the ones with skill. I don't have any skill, but I mean, I'm able to get them the puck sometimes, and they're able to do the pretty work. So if I'm able to get them the puck, usually it's a good thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be a calming presence on the back end, and there's lots of younger guys on the team, so just trying to be a veteran, have that leadership and leading from the back end.
You might sell the skill a little bit short, but the assist that you had on Saturday, I mean, kind of weaving in and out of people, a little bit of juggling act in there too. Like, walk us through what you remember that play.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a broken play, but I was able to get the puck through like in the neutral zone, and I had a little bit of space, and then like I said, I mean, I probably wasn't going to do much with it, so I gave it over to G, and he's got a heck of a shot. So, I mean, it just kind of worked out that way. But if I get the puck in the forward's hands, it usually works out better.
Since you've worked your way into the lineup, you've made your mark. You have you made it so that you're counted on in a lot of ways, in a lot of high-pressure situations. And the coaching staff has shown their belief in you. What was it like, being a scratch, working your way into the lineup, and the mindset to get yourself in there and then make yourself a key part of that?
Yeah, I mean, it was challenging for sure. I mean, from where I've come from in past teams or whatever, I've usually been in the lineup or whatever. So I mean, it was challenging the first little while to stay focused and stay ready, but I knew that there'd be an opportunity at some point. I mean, there's just a long season, so I mean, the coaching staff and Gordo and the strength coach and everyone, they've been great and really patient. So credit to them. I mean, it's more mental in terms of just trying to stay ready and getting like those game reps. But once you get in, I mean, it kind of just goes from there. And the guys have been great and getting me in the lineup and making me feel comfortable. So.